Kia ora from Aotearoa. Thought it was about time to do a little video. Now I'm in this beautiful spot of returning in the land that I feel very connected to, and the harbour where I feel a sense of belonging. So today we're just starting off on a new day cycle in the energy of 6 Eagle, and I don't know if you can see that very well, but this is a little app that you can download from Zolken Explorer, and you can look at where we are on the 9th wave, and how we cross into day and night, and we peak up to the top, and back down into the night, which is like 4 times 9 is 36 days. So we've got 2 9-day codes in the day phase and 2 9-day codes in the night phase, and I've been encouraged to explore these energies, which have only really come into effect since 2011, quite recently, when we were in this epic time of change and transformation. And really what I wanted to say, so Eagle is forms the big picture perspective, and is like Great Spirit in Native American culture, an intermediary between the heaven and the earth, carrying the connection of the two, which is like Great Spirit, who we are all of and a part of. Now the eagle's always been very significant for me, even though in New Zealand our native eagle is extinct. But I've had dreams and experiences with eagles in my life, and yeah, so Great Spirit, Eagle is a very special energy. They all fit together, they all flow together. 6 is the tone of the flow. So we've been going through a heck of a lot as our consciousness changes to more towards unity consciousness. And consciousness is actually the foundation of what creates our reality. So it's really important where we focus our thoughts and what we do with it, because that's going to bring the change that we want. So we're actually a lot more powerful than most people realise, and I'm just really encouraging everybody to work with these energies. Now at the moment there's a lot that's political going on in the world, and the political system and the government and everything, that all came in the 6th wave, which was an era that started around about 3115 BC, and according to Gregorian dates, and it went for a long time, and that's where the money system and all of politics and government and everything came in, and it was very much about the splitting of the mind. So it was very left-brained, very patriarchal, and we've been conditioned as human beings to think along the lines of politics. Everybody wants to talk about politics and whose side are you on. So when we look at sides, we're looking at duality, and people are often feeling a victim to their circumstances because of politics. Yet we have to take responsibility for what we see in our outer worlds, because what is we are seeing in our outer worlds is a reflection of what's in our inner worlds, and as a collective. So this is about us. So it's actually really vital that we start to shift our consciousness into this unity thing, and the unity is based in the heart. It doesn't care about the duality or the split or the division of that. It's actually embracing every experience that we've ever had, to come into a balance and a harmony, and as it does, the things that have been dualistic are going to start to leave. And so there's a lot happening within the political arena. There's a lot of breakdowns. I know that Native American cultures have predicted that there would be a time of war in the United States. Now there's been a lot of move in the United States that have changed everything, because the political system has for the last, whatever it is, since Donald Trump was in, it's not been fallen back on the cabal families that have kept the status quo and kept things in a kind of a background harmony that was very good for them. So if we look at the world and we look at the, like beautiful countries like Africa, the bread basket, it's called, of the world. So one of the most abundant food producing motherland countries in this world, and you look at the financial deprivation and the hunger and the poverty and the loss of self-worth, the disconnection from the land, and you look at the people there struggling, and poverty creates crime. And so all of these things have come out of political institutions, which is like a dualistic thing, and it's the splitting of the mind. And over time, we've all contributed to this. And so we need not feel a victim to our circumstances, but rather start to shift our consciousness into a way where we just start to eliminate every dualistic thought, everything that gives separation. So one way of doing this, and this is what I'm doing, is that I'm getting involved in my local community here, and we are doing all sorts of grassroots initiatives. Like, I had a time where I was very, very sick here, and this community reached out and looked after me because I was isolated on my own, very, very sick. My health was very dangerous, but a community of people came around me and they started to help me. And I learnt so much from that, and that is what we used to do in the era that led up to the Babylonian slave driving technique era and the establishment of the money system, when everything was shamanic and there was a perfect flow and resonance with the earth. Everyone was connected with earth and sky. So the great eagle is a real presentation, because it's not a representation, but it is a presentation of one of our two-legged brothers and sisters who is the intermediary between Father Sky and Mother Earth, and who shows and models how we can also have the big perspective, we can have the keen sight and the keen vision, that we can create the solutions that feed our family, to hunt, to resonate and be with nature, to call out that frequency just like an eagle does. If you've ever heard an eagle call, you'll hear and feel the majesty of its heart. Well, that's my experience anyway, so I can speak from that. So it's about shifting our consciousness. Now, sometimes people seem to think I'm a little bit crazy for the things that I write when I'm trying to really encourage people to get back only to nature law and to leave man-made LAW law behind. But one is duality and one is unity. So if we're going to grow into unity, surely our consciousness has to leave everything that has been dualistic behind. And so political systems are having a massive big shake-up. Those who are not happy with what's happening are creating war, what we've always known. I mean, war is duality, it's the fight. If we're warring against anything, if we're letting our personal belief system be a point of tension between us and others, then we're not really coming into unity, because everywhere we go, we're going to have people that are going to, some will be political, some will be non-political, some will be in keeping with natural law, and some are going to be still very much serving politics and sincerely believing in their hearts that they can create change just from the life experience they have and where they know. Our journeys are our journeys, and we can't really intervene in another's journey, but we can always love, and we can start creating solutions. And this is the point of unity, is that when we create solutions where we're feeding one another, we're sheltering one another, we can dance and we can sing and we can share meaning, stories, love with one another, then this is unity. And we are in the Trecena of dog, and dog is very much about that. It is the ultimately loving, loyal energy. It's all for natural justice. It's very sensual in that you sense and you're instinctive and you know. We've also been where the veil is thinnest, and we've been able to access the spirit world. So I encourage meditation for everybody, stillness, quiet, nature time, whatever it is. Like, we all have our way. It might just be walking close to a river. It might be meditating in an apartment building and connecting with the earth that way. And you can. I can. I certainly feel it when my feet are directly on my mother. I definitely feel a lot more. And when I'm around her creation, the birds, the harbour and everything here, I definitely feel a lot more and feel a lot clearer, and hear her guidance more profoundly. So yeah, I just really want to encourage people to more shift their awareness towards unity consciousness rather than duality. I mean, we're all guided by our hearts, and some people, we all have different information, and so I'm very confident in actually what is happening. So lots happening in this sort of material 3D world, but I tell you what, even greater things are happening beyond. And in my meditation world, I am very, very hopeful, and I have seen what's happening in the heavens. I have seen some wonderful things, but do buckle up, because Earth's magnetics are going to be, and are, very changed. The solar activity, there's a true solar activity and a not so true solar activity that I am aware of, but that's the way that it needs to be for now. But we are experiencing great heavenly support, and this is also coming from our collective consciousness. It would be, I don't know, I find it would be quite insane to think that we're here on our own just as a human species. And when we do have our meditation world, often we will connect in with, what shall I say, cosmic family, galactic family. I know that when I've done some big global kinds of things that I've done, I've been very aware of the galactic support and the assistance, very aware that nature has spoken directly to me. It's the greatest joy. Like, there's nothing like nature. This is the abundance, and this is the joy to recreate and create, support one another and love one another in all that we do. I can see a wonderful future. Now, meditation is actually really timeless, so it's very hard to know when, but I do know it is. Depending on what our choice is, because a lot of people are choosing to stay in the duality, and a lot of people are very caught or very dependent. I mean, we all are in a sense until it moves away, but we're working on that, on governmental structures. And you know, it's just really obvious to me. You have the left and the right parties in every country, and the illusion that you've given a choice or some kind of power that you can vote, but the big agendas happen anyway. But they won't stand a chance with what is coming and what is happening, as far as I can see it. So have heart and have hope, and just keep doing your inner work, and nurture yourself, drink good water, eat good food, dance and sing. do your art, do what gives your life meaning, what's your personal therapy. We're all so different, we're all so unique. And also the way of unity is that we can be the authentic expression of ourselves. We don't have to conform to communistic type of thinking where everybody has to be a certain way and abide by certain laws that are enforced. So LAW is something that is just it's a construct that is an illusion that overlays nature's law, LORE, and so we have to let that go from within us to see it go on the outside. Thoughts become things. We're here to master consciousness, to learn and grow, to become higher vibration, which means more and more and more complete in the fullness of love, in the fullness of the integration of every single experience that we've had. They have all had their place and they have all been necessary. So much love to you all. Fly high, soar, call, be authentic, love, give, run, play, be of joy and be of faith, connected with Mother Earth and Father Sky, and we are taking our consciousness together to something wonderful, and I am just delighted to see what's ahead, but I'm also delighted with the feeling that I have right now. It's been wonderful to be able to tap into things through the earth and through the connection and through the balancing of energy in the entire body system, which we're all working on at the moment. So our bodies are going to speak to us and we'll have pains and aches and different things going on, and it has a message in it for us. So keep healing, keep growing, keep loving. With you in Lakesh.